You have learned about memory, about CPU, about files, about execution. But how does all of this actually connect to cybersecurity? How does an attacker use these concepts in the real world? Today we'll connect everything into one complete picture. So everything starts with a program. A developer writes a source code. That code is converted into machine instructions and stored inside an executable file. And when you run it, the operating system loads it into memory, main memory. And once inside the memory, the program is divided into different regions that we have discussed: code, data, heap, and stack. Each region has a specific role, and this structure is what makes program work, and also what makes them vulnerable. So, program constantly read and write data in memory. If handled correctly, everything works fine, no problem. But if not, data can overwrite other parts of the memory. This is the also possible case. For example, a buffer overflow can overwrite stack memory. And sometimes that memory controls the execution. The CPU executes instructions one by one. But what if an attacker changes those instructions, or changes where the program jumps next? Then the attacker controls execution. Because we know those instructions are the way to execute any program. And if attacker is able to point towards any particular instruction, so they can control the execution also. This is where all the concepts you learn become important. Like we learned about endianness, reading memory correctly. We learned stack versus heap, understanding where data lives. Memory layout, knowing the boundaries and how crossing one boundary can produce a bug or vulnerability. We talked about executables, understanding the program structure, how a program exactly executes. We talked about linking, how external code is used, and why our program and how our program can access different types of functions which we are only just using in our program and we haven't defined it anywhere. These are not just concepts, they are tools. An attacker does not just hack a system, they understand how the system works internally. They find the weak point in the memory handling, execution flow, or program structure. Cybersecurity starts with understanding systems, not tools only. If you truly understand how data is stored, how memory works, where are the boundaries, how the execution happens, where the memory lives, where a part or segment of memory, a part or segment of your code lives. So you are no longer just using a computer, you are understanding it. This brings us to the end of this playlist on the computer fundamentals for cybersecurity. If you feel there is any topic that should be included here, let me know in the comments. And remember, this is not the end. If I find anything important that should be added, I'll definitely include it in this playlist. And remember, we'll keep everything simple.